Hello everyone. Happy Monday again. Live on Monday, and today is going to be a different live stream. I actually am a big fan of just sharing news, so today I want to focus on CES 2026 instead of speaking directly about agentic users. The wave for me and the most relevant things that I want to speak about of CES is related to physical AI. For anyone that wonders what is physical AI, it's basically the usage of generative AI technologies for movements or kind of functions of robots. So this for me is going to be the first year where we are going to start seeing robots handling stuff that only were kind of able to manage humans. And the reason why it is because instead of coding or program a robot to move in specific way, like in a programmatic way, it's going to be dynamic. In the same way that you use a chatbot and the answers are probabilistic, now the movements of the robot will be probabilistic. But in the same way that now we're able to trust that every time we ask something that is quite simple or common to LLM, it will answer in some way, and most frequently or almost always in the correct way. If there is like something very simple, I don't know what color is the sky, it's going to answer blue because of X, Y, and Z. So those type of operations now are going to be also able to be done by robots. And the most kind of core thing of these new developments is that in the same way that you can fine tune or train an LLM to be better at a specific task, this is kind of the way of the physical AI. Companies are now able to train these models to be experts on the tasks that they will be performing instead of complete general knowledge. And they will also be able to execute these tasks with the tools that they have instead of, for example, when we're using Gemini or any other LLM right now, and we use them to do Google search or any type of action. If those tools are defined during training, it will be very good at using them. And these type of robots are now being also trained with the idea of using the tools that they will provide. And now the difference is that those tools are physical tools. So in the case of humanoids, it will be hands, fingers, legs, feet, and more. So it is very cool and very, very impressive to see how far in the last, let's say, 5 years, robotics has changed. To share background on my end, I did some robotics kind of engineering at some point, and about 2022, I played around with NVIDIA Omniverse, which is kind of the ecosystem of NVIDIA where they allow you to train, design, and basically deploy it in a virtual environment with physics kind of enable robots. And it was pretty cool to see it in the early stages. Unfortunately, during that time, it wasn't. It was very resource consumption expensive, so I couldn't do a lot of testing. But now it's kind of very crazy, and maybe I just play around later with that. But now I want to share my screen so you can see some of the examples that I think are the most impressive ones, and I think you should also be aware of them because it will probably change environments and industries in the following years, and probably sooner than a lot of people expected. Let's go. I hope that also everyone is having a great kind of start of the year. This is only the second week, so hope that everything is going fine. There you go. This is where, sorry for that. Now, let's see. So the first kind of delivery or publication that I am very impressed of is Atlas. Atlas has been one of the main developments from Boston Dynamics, and it's this robot that has kind of had this huge evolution across the years. Where before it was just this massive stuff, very clumsy, not as reliable, but kind of able to dance in the last years. They did these videos of Atlas and other robots from Boston Dynamics dance, but now we see it in actual applications. So this is the robot that they showcased during this CES, and it's simply amazing. It's amazing to see how far we are, how kind of natural is the movement. I am not really sure if for the demos they used remote control. I am almost sure that they did, but I cannot confirm right now. Oh, that's an ad. Give me a second. Okay, so this is kind of the bot now, and it's basically humanoid shape with a lot of sensors, cameras, and more. But one of the things that they did mention during the presentations is that they are inspired by human in the way of the physical kind of appearance, but not limited by it. And why is this very important? Because we as humans love to shape everything around us because we don't want to adapt to the world. We want the world adapt to us. But our fun factor, some cases, it is not the best one. For example, we are not able to just, I don't know, like an owl, just turn around. And these robots are able to do it. And it's very impressive because it saves time on doing some stuff, or you don't need as many space of doing it. So if you are looking at this and you're saying, wow, I haven't seen this before, it's because it's completely new. And if this is the way we are going to start manufacturing stuff, it is going to be impressive. That's the example that I mentioned. Like we humans, we cannot do this 360 legs, arms, turn around, but they can. So that's the difference between, hey, we are inspired in human shapes, but not limited by that. So it's pretty cool. And I think this is the next way of manufacture because we are going to be able to do way more with the same space, better resources, everything. It's pretty amazing. And yeah, this is kind of the main one that I wanted to show. There are other robots that are very interesting that are mostly focused for human use. So this kind of a very popular one that also shows up. It is from LG. I think it's LG. I'm not sure, but all these human or not human form factors that are designed to be used at your home are also improving. And this is where we're going to have the kind of the two theories is that you want to have robots that are human-like and human-like and are able to do a lot of stuff, maybe not as well as a specific robot for that specific task will do, but both ends are delivering kind of a lot of improvements. And other trend that I also see in DCES is a big big push on AI companions. That's something it doesn't resonate a lot with me, but I see that is something that is kind of moving a lot of people. Like you're going to have your robot, and it's not only a robot that it will help you to complete a task. I don't know, a chore. It will also be your companionship. So that's kind of different. Yeah, this is the one from LG. I saw that it was having troubles just folding some stuff, but we are on our way. And I actually think next year, 2027, we will see these type of robots with way more confidence about everything that they are going to do. What else? From the tech side, I also saw that NVIDIA did a lot of improvements in the way for this physical AI. Like on my perspective, they hire the leaders across this industry for like since a few years, but now they are pushing even more, where they are building not only the technology and the chips, but they're also building frameworks that are task specific. So I know that they did something for autonomous driving. So instead of a company needing to kind of invest a lot on building their own ecosystem, like Tesla, for example, now they can jump into the NVIDIA platform to build it. So that's amazing. I think BMW or yeah, like multiple brands are coming into the NVIDIA ecosystem. So that's very cool. If you own NVIDIA stock, well done. And yeah, there are other improvements also that I think they don't get enough attention and are related to kind of farming or food producing. Food producing at the end, I always think like we are very, very advanced in a lot of things. Like we were able to make and build these cool technologies like AI, LLMs, and more. But at the end, we're still struggling as like humans across the world to produce enough food or produce food near the people that needs it. So improvements in things like this, like farming, robot farming, autonomous farming, will also do and drive our society overall. Because I think we are not near, but we're closer to make a huge difference in food production, food safety, and also kind of overall health and developments. So it's pretty cool to see that there are spaces in this big conference like CSS to showcase things like this, like in farming. Um, and yeah, that's basically all. Today, as I mentioned, I'm not going to talk about a lot of agentic users, but there are cool things happening there. I have a new idea that I will implement soon, which is going to help you to, instead of just collect, let's say, news or anything, any finding from the agent, and just read it, you will be able to kind of have the assistants, which are the assistants right here. For example, these assistants, and you will be able to add them into a blob, like kind of an environment, and discuss about a topic. So for example, right now, if I go to the tech news, I have all these reports. I also improve the way that the reports are and the UI. But for me, reading them, like this is synthesized information, but it would be very cool if I have a podcast like dictation. So my idea is that I will be able to select, let's say, this thread or this message specifically, and a few more. And from that, I will create like audio overview, similar to the way that Notebook LM is doing it. But the difference is that you will be able to use your assistants or the default assistants. That's one of the next features that I have, and I will keep you posted on that development specifically on the next weeks. And yeah, that's all. I hope that everyone is having a great start of the week. I know Monday and Monday after holidays doesn't feel that good, but I think it's going to be a great year, a very challenging year in a lot of industries too, but overall a good year. So yeah, see you next week. Bye bye.